this thing on? Okay. I heard the bells ring and went to the gate. I stayed there a little and saw Mr. Lovell coming back with his buckets. I asked him where was the fire. He said there was no fire. Numbers of boys on the other side of this were throwing snowballs at the soldiers. The sentinels were enraged and swearing at the boys, and the boys called them lobsters, bloody backs, and hollered, "Who buys lobsters?" There were also a number of people who stood where I did and were picking up pieces of sea coal that had been thrown out thereabout, and snowballs, and throwing them at the sentinel. I went to cross over to where the soldiers were, and as soon as I got a glimpse of them, I heard somebody buzz and say, "Here's old Murray with the riot act," and they began to pelt snowballs. The first word I heard was a grandier say to a man by me, "Darn you, stand back." Question: how near was he to this? Answer: he was so near that the grandier might have run through him if he had stepped back one step forward. Well, I stopped to look at him. A person came to get through. He turned around and said, "You darn lobster, bloody back, are you going to stab me?" The soldier said, "By God, will I." One of the persons who was talking with his officer turned around quick to the people and said, "Darn him, he is going to fire." Upon that they cried, "Fire out! Be darned, who cares? Darn you, you dare not fire!" and began to throw snowballs and other things, which then flew pretty thick. Question: did they hit any of them? Answer: yes. I saw 2 or 3 of them hit. One struck a soldier on the hat, and then people who were right before them had sticks. And as the soldiers were pushing their guns back and forth, they struck at their guns, and one hit a grandier on the fingers. The people were crying, "Darn them! How dare they fire? How dare not fire? We are not afraid of them." Of the people, a stout man with a long cordwood stick threw himself in and made a blow at the officer. The stout man then turned around and struck the soldier's gun at the captain's right hand, immediately fell in with the club, knocked his gun away, and struck him over the head. The blow came either on the soldier's cheek or hat. The stout man had the bayonet with his left hand and twitched it and said, "Kill the dogs, knock them over." I turned to look towards the officer, and I heard the word "Fire." I thought I heard the report of a gun, and upon hearing the report, I saw the same grandier swing his gun and immediately discharge it. Question: did the soldiers of that party or any of them step or move out of the rank in which they stood to push the people? No. And if they had, they might have killed me and many others with their bayonets. Question: did you, as you passed through the people towards Royal Exchange Lane and the party, see a number of people take up any and everything they could to find in the street and throw at the soldiers? Yes. I saw 10 or 15 around me do it. Did you yourself? Yes, I did. After the gun fired, where did you go? I ran as fast as I could to the first door I saw open. I was very much frightened.